Now this one's going to be challenging, but it looks good. It looks like something that has potential. Let's see if we can make it look any good. I think we're going to leave it on that. Wondering how big we're going to make it. Going to make it 200%. Going to leave the contrast. The black toner should be indicating low any moment. We don't know when, but it will at some stage. Then I'll have to order a new cartridge. Let's see what we have here. We have one of these. It's called Vimto Fizzy. Sorry about this, I'm getting a bit clumsy. So it's a Vimto. We're not photocopying this side because of that label, so we're going to concentrate on this side. So we're just going to line that up on the glass. So we just line that up like so. Vimto. Sounds like Vimeo is in the video hosting site, a bit like a commercial-free YouTube, except when you upload to Vimeo, you have to pay for data or space. You have to pay for storage. It's expensive, and it doesn't have the same reach as YouTube. Even though the commercials on YouTube can drive you nuts, I must say. I really hate commercials, but when it comes to having a platform that has coverage, I'd prefer YouTube over Vimeo any day. So Vimeo, or yeah, I thought it was pronounced Vimeo, but I think it's pronounced Vimeo. So this reminds me of Vimeo for some reason. I think this turned out shit, but yeah, this reminds me of Vimeo. Now that looks better. It's not all there. It would be nice if I had caught that last bit. We're going to enlarge a section out of this. Wondering if we're going to enlarge maybe that area there, or maybe we could do another one. We're just going to do another one, folks. But basically I much prefer YouTube over Vimeo, even though Vimeo is ad-free, and that's why you pay for it, because it's ad-free. So I'm not rich, I can't afford to. I have got a Vimeo page out there, which I don't look at. I think now this is it. We've got what we want. I'm glad I didn't compromise. That looks brilliant. But basically, I'm really glad that I really think that I'd rather any day YouTube over Vimeo, because Vimeo is just too small and boutique-ish. It's too much of a boutique site. I need more coverage, and YouTube has the coverage. Even though the ads are fucking annoying and they just interrupt your viewing, because I do look at videos sometimes for personal inspiration and to reassure me that I'm running my life properly. So I like to watch encouraging sorts of content that help show me that my life is on track. So yeah, I watch it on YouTube and the ads just keep coming all the time. the stuff that I watch has nothing to do with capitalism. In fact, it opposes capitalism, but I still get capitalism driven ads on this non-capitalism pages, which is really quite intrusive, but you can't really do much about it. You know, you got to accept that there are ads, however much the ads are fucking annoying and irrelevant to what you're watching. So I do get angry at the ads, but I have to fucking accept that they're there because that's how I know the ads. There never used to be as many ads as there are now, but basically the ads just come in, and they don't just come after or before a video, they come right in the middle, and I haven't got the ability to remember what was being said when they interrupt my flow. So I watch these videos on self, I don't know what you call it, self-improvement. No, it's not self-improvement. It's basically they're just videos that are encouraging, that have plenty to give me food for thought. And these videos that I watch have nothing to do with the kind of shit that these capitalist entities. Maybe if there was less capitalism, there might be less ads on YouTube, because the ads weren't as common as they are now. They used to be a very low-key sort of a presence, and now they're just in your face, and you just can't avoid having the problem of remembering what the video was talking about. So for a person like me who's got memory problems, these ads can be quite difficult to kind of deal with. Very difficult, you know, trying to deal with the interruptions that I get due to these fucked up commercials. So I just haven't got the ability to remember what I need to remember. So I just have trouble when the ads cut in and fuck up my viewing experience. But I still love YouTube nonetheless. I still enjoy it. It's my number one go-to site for videos. It is a really, now this is unfortunate that we've got that writing there, and this is a bit of a yucky sort of a colour that is in there. Wondering what we can do. I like this bit at the top. But basically, yeah, I just find these ads really intrusive, really get in my fucking way. They're just really difficult to deal with. But I know I guess I can't do anything about it, folks. I'm just another YouTuber. I don't have any power. I'm not the CEO of Google. I wish I could do something more than just be a user of YouTube. I mean, I wish I could do something. Now that looks ugly, that bit at the top. I wish I could do something more as a YouTube user. Instead of just being a user, I could make some kind of improvement on the place. I do. I wish I could do something. I have big dreams, folks. One day I'll be building photocopiers, and the companies that now in our day, in our current time, are money fucking rorts. But I want to build photocopiers that are not just artificially intelligent and really and last a long time. These photocopiers will be designed to last 60 years instead of the current, I think it's 5 years. So the hardware is going to last 60 years, and it's going to be made out of primarily, as much as I can, made out of recycled materials. So we're going to manufacture this thing out of recycled materials. We're going to clean up the e-waste dumps of the world, like in China and India, where a lot of it gets chucked from first world countries. I want to really make a difference to this planet, folks, and I want to make sure both the planet and the human race are the first considerations in the design of such a piece of equipment. I'm not interested in ripping off the planet, destroying it. That's why the machines have to last 60 years instead of 5 years. And the materials will be primarily recycled materials, starting with China and India with their e-waste dumps, because e-waste is extremely wasteful and it's extremely toxic. And we've got to clean up the planet. We've got to make use. We've got to capitalise on fixing our planet, on trying to clean up the wreckage that we have, so that future generations can have a chance of a happy and healthy lifestyle. And and we've got to make sure that this equipment is going to be manufactured down under in Australia. There won't be any made in China or made in Vietnam, like parts of this piece of shit. We are not going to make it like that. We are going to make this good for our country, although we will start distributing equipment around the world once we get Australia happening, once we first get our country getting our equipment, see if it goes really well here on Australian soil, and then if it works well in Aussie land, it should work well everywhere. And we'd be creating jobs for technicians and shit around the world, and in Australia we'll have heaps of manufacturing jobs. So we're going to really make a goal of this. We've got to try to help the planet, help the human race, not destroy it. And that's what I want to do. And I also want to be a scientist, and I want to find a solution to climate change and other scientific problems we have in this world, real world problems. So I've got a lot of dreams ahead, folks. So it's going to go beyond YouTube, that's for sure. So I will one day have a say in what goes, and I'll be really pleased. And I hope other people benefit. But that looks really quite interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.